Cameraman.
L'chaim to the cameraman. Hört nicht. L'chaim, 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 l'chaim. Ah, it's a bitter. Ah. So everyone knows, the ganze Welt weiß, everyone knows. What does everyone know? That there's Purim and there's Yom Kippurim. And Yom Kippur is like Purim. This comes from the Kunei Zohar. And the Arizal talks a lot about this idea, that this idea of the Goyrel on Purim, the Goyrel on Yom Kippur. The Zohar says that when Esther entered into the inner chambers of the king, which Achashverosh is Hamelech, Achashverosh Shaloi, the inner chambers of the king, Ashaloi Kadas, as if she entered in the Kodesh HaKadoshim on Yom Kippur. Just like on Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol goes into the Holy of Holies and is Ano Malkul B'Chudoi to be in the highest place of Yichud and requests for the atonement of Klal Yisrael. This is similar to Esther going into Achashverosh, carrying the weight of Klal Yisrael, and going into the King of Kings and pleading for the kapar of Klal Yisrael. But on Yom Kippur, to enter into the Holy of Holies, B'Zois Yavayaren is a very strict regimen when the Kohen Gadol can enter, Dafka on Yom Kippur, specifically to do a particular thing, Avodas HaKtoros. And Esther herself is a shtik Ktoros. Esther is Hadassah. Hadassah is a Reach Tov. It's connected with Reach. Haman is Gematria Chelbana. The commander brings down because he's like the foul odor. And Esther goes in Ashaloi Kedas. She goes in not according to the order, to the regimen. And she was not called to go to the king, and yet she goes to the king, which means that on Purim we can achieve the same thing that we can achieve on Yom Kippur, but on Yom Kippur we need to sit and to daven and to do the avodah of Yom Kippur. And it's very clear what has to go first and what has to go second. And only bezois, and only then could the Kohen Gadol enter the Holy of Holies. But on Purim, kol hapoishet yad noisim loy. Anyone that sticks out his hand or her hand, asher lo kedas, even though they weren't called to the king, and they didn't prepare properly to go into the king, and they didn't enter with the same seriousness. And maybe they rolled in drunk in front of the king. And the king says, you know what? I love you. I want to be with you. I want to connect with you. I want to give you everything. You just have to ask. That's the only thing we have to do on Purim. We have to just ask. We can't be shy to ask. We have to ask for anything that we need in our lives, our personal lives, the life of our family members and the whole of Klal Yisrael, the entire world, to ask the Rebbeinu Shalom, to ask Hashem, because we enter into the Holy of Holies. Yeah. You should bring all the brachas. Everyone that needs brachas, begashlius, beruchnius. We have to daven. We have to daven. We have to daven. We have to pray. We have to push it yad. But we have to be very particular. We have to say exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. The Rechaim HaKadosh brings down a story in the Medrash that there was a man that was going in the desert, and he was very tired. It was hard for him to walk, and he cried to the Eibusher and he said, Hashem, please help me, I need a donkey. And a few moments later, he saw a prince that was going with a herd of donkeys, and the prince calls him over and says, you, come here. My donkey just gave birth to another little donkey. What's a little donkey called? Mazel tov.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is the big donkey.
What's little, what's big?
That's like the little Donkey Kong. There's a... The donkey gave birth, no. The donkey can't walk. So Rabbi Yid, I need you to schlep the donkey. And the Jew puts the donkey on his back, and he's schlepping the donkey, and he turns to Hashem and says, Eibusher, I asked for a donkey, but I asked that I should be, not that I should carry the donkey, I wanted the donkey to carry me. The Rechaim HaKadosh says because he wasn't specific enough. You wanted a donkey, Hashem gave you a donkey. We have to make sure that we come Lifnei HaMelech on Purim, Asher Lo Kedas, and maybe we're not worthy, and we didn't do the work, and we didn't do all the spiritual preparations like we do for Yom Kippur. Doesn't matter. We go Mesiras Nefesh, we go in front of the king, and the king says, Ad Chatzi HaMalchus, what do you want? You know, when you say Ad Chatzi HaMalchus, it means really everything. Someone once asked a famous tzaddik, I think they asked him when he was a young bacher, he said, I know half Shas. So he asked him which half. He says, whatever half you choose. So Ad Chatzi HaMalchus means which half? Chatzi HaMalchus, what is middle of Shushan, there's a line? Ad Chatzi HaMalchus, David does not give you anything. Well, maybe the idea of the Chatzi means I need you to be specific. I need you to tell me which Chatzi you want. You can have everything. Just tell me which Chatzi you want. Tell me what you need. What do you need in your life, really? When you stand in front alone with Hashem, no one else is there, just you and God. Mamash alone. In your inner Kodesh Kodashim, your inner Holy of Holies, and you have an opportunity to tell Hashem, this is what I need. What are you going to tell? What are you going to say? What are you going to ask? Whatever it is, you know. Everyone knows what they need, what they want. And don't put any hagbalas. Hashem is infinite. Whatever you want, you should want a bligvul. Bligvul. Bli hagbalas. L'chaim, we should get out of our heads, stop putting constrictions, stop putting limitations to what the Eibusher wants to give us. And we should open ourselves up. L'chaim.